Hey everyone! Today I thought I would share the ways that pleasure reading has touched my life. I thought this would be a good idea so you guys would be able to know where I come from and why pleasure reading is so important to me. I've been reading ever since I was little. My mom would always read to me, my brother, and my sister before bed. When she started homeschooling us, she would take us to the library every Friday and let us pick out as many books as we wanted. Then we would rush home to sit on our beds and read all the books that we got. My sister and I would sit on our beds and each read a book, and then once we were done, we'd trade books and keep reading. We did this for hours. When I went to public school, in elementary school, whenever we had a substitute teacher, that teacher would pull out the laptop cart and we would all play educational games on the laptops. But instead, I would go to my teacher and ask if I could read my book. I remember a lot of kids gave me weird looks because I would be in the corner reading instead of playing the games that they all thought were great, and I thought that the books were better. Some of the teachers even found my request really weird, and they were like, "No, you can't read. You have to play on the computer." So that's what I did, and then I would go home and read. Honestly, I don't remember much pleasure reading in middle school, but I'm sure I did read. And what I do remember is reading a lot in 8th grade, and then I would get in trouble because I would read during my homework. I remember enjoying reading because it gave me an escape from the world and then I could disappear into a new world. I liked that each book was a different world with a different story, not just that the world was the same story that I kind of felt like my life was, because I could have different experiences in books that I couldn't really get in middle school, being in a really small town. I read a lot in high school, but more so in 9th and 10th grade. Middle school was when I started getting into fiction a lot, and then high school was when I started getting into nonfiction books. In 11th and 12th grade, I didn't read as much as I would have liked because I was doing a lot of PSEO at Northwestern, and I wasn't really used to college classes, so it took up a lot of my time. Now in college, I definitely don't read as much as I would like to, just because I get overwhelmed with homework and studying and all that. I definitely read a lot more during summer break than I do during the school year, but I wish I read more during the school year. So this group has been really important to me. I still do find some time to read, even though it's only like 5 or 10 minutes here and there. I usually read like 10 minutes before I go to bed, and then in the morning I'll read for like 5 minutes while I'm waiting for the shower to warm up in the morning. But because of my past enjoyment of reading, I feel like I definitely value reading a lot more than I would have if I didn't have all those positive experiences. I still read now because it is an escape from the stresses of homework and tests and papers. Unlike in the past, I feel like I also read now to gain other perspectives. Instead of reading to feel not alone in my own life and experiences, now I read to understand the lives of people that I wouldn't otherwise be able to interact with. Because of books, I can learn about other cultures, opinions, even countries on the other side of the world that I will probably never get to visit, even though maybe a couple of them I will. But because I'm able to read, I feel like I'm able to learn more about the world because I can hear from the people in it that I wouldn't be able to meet and talk to in person. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you were able to find some time to pleasure read this weekend, even if it's just for a few minutes. Maybe you can grab a book and read right after you finish watching this video. I would love to hear about any personal experiences you have had with reading, whether they're positive or negative, and whether they're from your childhood or now being in college. Keep checking up on this group for more tips, discussion, and information on pleasure reading from me, Emily, and Jessica. Bye!